It happened on a normal Wednesday morning, just like it always does. A 71-year-old woman living in Ohio was sitting at her dining table, looking for a benefit deposit that never arrived. She received no phone call, no warning letter, and no heads up. There was just an empty zero in her checking account where her federal money should have been. She did not break any rules. She did not miss a due date. She just overlooked one minor detail that millions of older Americans are completely missing right now in 2026 without even realizing it. And sadly, by the time most folks realize there is a problem, their money is already gone. For more than 10 years, I have analyzed retirement systems, senior tax programs, and the financial laws that impact older adults annually. What I am sharing with you today is incredibly specific and urgent. There are 3 direct deposit updates active right now in 2026. They all impact your Social Security and SSI money, and they are creating dangerous gaps where honest seniors are being blindsided. Before we dive into these 3 changes, please hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications. Next week, I am explaining a Social Security guideline that impacts anybody who took their benefits before their full retirement age, thinking that choice could never be undone. It can be changed, but the time frame to fix it shuts at a certain age that most folks miss. Subscribe so you don't miss that crucial video when it goes live. Here is the background you need before we cover the 3 big updates. In March of 2025, Executive Order 14247 was signed, making it mandatory for all federal payments to switch to electronic delivery. The first deadline was September 30th, 2025. Then, just recently on June 2nd, 2026, the Social Security Administration officially stated they will finish this total shift by the end of this current year. Right now, less than 1% of people receiving benefits, which is roughly 280,000 to 400,000 citizens nationwide, still get physical paper checks. But focusing on that tiny percentage ignores the real issue entirely. Making the digital switch and having it set up properly with accurate, confirmed bank details are 2 completely distinct things. The space between those 2 situations is exactly where 3 massive issues are colliding right now. The first change is about the final end of paper checks, and a special option almost no one mentions for folks who truly cannot make the digital leap. The second change is where the actual threat hides, and it has absolutely nothing to do with the government. The third change is about a dangerous window of confusion that pops up every single month around the time you get paid, making it the biggest target for scammers today. Keep watching for all 3. Change number 2 is the one actually stealing money from seniors today. The end of paper checks is not shocking news. What is new is how permanent it is now. And there are 2 exact groups of seniors who remain in danger, even if they think they fixed this months ago. Let me explain the real timeline, because a lot of the news coverage has been sloppy with the details in ways that really matter. The executive order to modernize payments to and from American bank accounts was signed in March 2025. It demanded all federal agencies stop mailing checks. The operational due date was September 30th, 2025. Then on June 2nd, 2026, the SSA put out a blog post confirming the entire shift to digital will be done by the end of 2026 for that last remaining fraction of people. They aren't doing this just because the government prefers computers. Physical checks are 16 times more likely to get stolen, lost, altered, or returned than a digital deposit. Plus, printing and mailing a single check now costs $3.07. A digital transfer costs less than 15 cents to handle. That is a 20-to-1 price difference. The security and budget reasons made this an easy choice to eliminate paper. If your SSI or Social Security money still arrives in your mailbox as a paper check, you must take action before 2026 ends. Not necessarily today, but soon. You have 2 choices, and I want to explain both clearly, especially the second one, because most seniors don't know its real name. The first choice is a standard direct deposit to your bank account. Go online to your My Social Security account at SSA.gov and find the payment settings. Type in your active bank routing and account numbers. The digital update is very fast under the new system. If you prefer, call the SSA directly at 1-800-772-1213 and a worker will help you update it over the phone. The second choice is the Direct Express debit card. This is a special prepaid MasterCard given out by the government just for seniors without standard bank accounts. Your money goes straight onto the card on your normal payment day. You can use it anywhere that takes MasterCard. They don't check your credit, you don't need a minimum balance, and you don't even need a bank account to sign up. You can enroll by calling 1-800-9-676-857 or by visiting godirect.gov. Both the site and the number are real government contacts. For anyone avoiding the digital switch because they simply do not trust online banking, the Direct Express card is a fantastic middle ground. You do not need a smartphone, an internet connection, or any tech skills after you sign up. Your money just loads onto the card every month, and you spend it like a regular debit card at the store, the pharmacy, or an ATM. Now here is the secret detail almost nobody talks about in the news. The US Treasury offers a hardship waiver for folks facing real, provable barriers to going digital. Two valid reasons are accepted. First, a diagnosed mental health issue that makes handling digital money genuinely impossible without help. Second, living in a highly isolated geographical area without any decent access to banks or digital payment systems. If you or someone you help fits into either category, you can request this waiver directly from the US Treasury. It won't excuse you forever. It is an official pause that gives you extra time and support to figure out a permanent plan. Most folks watching won't qualify for this, and that is the right outcome. But knowing it is there means the most vulnerable seniors have a lifeline instead of just losing their payment with zero explanation and no help. Now, let's talk about a much bigger and more neglected group. This is exactly what happened to that woman in Ohio I mentioned earlier. Even if you set up direct deposit over the past 2 or 3 years, your records might not be fully accurate today, even though your recent checks landed just fine. Here's why that happens. Banks buy each other out, accounts close, routing numbers change, and routine financial updates break the connection between the government's records and your actual wallet. When that link snaps, your money hangs in limbo. You won't get a heads up or an alert letter. You'll just look at your balance on payday and find it empty. The government can't repair a mistake they don't know about. They will try to send the cash to whatever bank details they have on file. If that account is dead or the bank code is outdated, the money bounces right back to the agency. Getting that bounced cash traced and sent back out takes days when your electric bill is due and you need to pay for your medication. Here's how to make sure your setup is completely current right now. Log into your My Social Security page at SSA.gov and head straight to the payment settings. Check that the routing and account numbers listed match your active, real-day checking account perfectly. It shouldn't be an old account from a couple of years back or a bank that got absorbed by another company. It needs to be the exact account you use right now. If you don't use the online portal, dial 1-800-772-1213 and ask the agent to verify the routing number and the final 4 digits of the account they have listed for your direct deposit. Match those numbers against your current bank paperwork. If something is off, have them fix it right then and there. This check takes maybe 5 minutes. Passing it up just because your last deposit worked perfectly is the exact mistake that leaves seniors with a missing payment and 0 answers. Now let's move to change number 2, which is where the real danger hides. I want to emphasize this point perfectly because perspective is everything. The move to digital payments isn't the threat here. It's actually safer than the old paper system. The actual danger is how crooks are using this massive policy shift as a smokescreen. They have studied the government's verification steps inside and out, and they are mimicking them perfectly. They are targeting seniors at the precise moments when a call about account safety sounds totally normal. Here's how the scam plays out right now in 2026. You get an unexpected phone call. The person on the other end claims to be with the Social Security Administration, the Treasury Department, or a federal payment hub. They tell you that because of the 2026 electronic payment shift, they need to confirm your bank information to make sure your monthly check doesn't get paused. They already know your name. Sometimes they even know the last few digits of your card. They sound incredibly formal and urgent. Next, they ask you for your full routing number, your full account number, or a special text message security code that just popped up on your cell phone. The second you hand over any of those details, they can instantly point your next deposit to an account they own. In this new digital landscape, bank updates can process in just one single business day. That means the money you expected on Wednesday morning could be sitting in a criminal's wallet by Thursday afternoon, with absolutely no warning sent to you until you realize your bank account is empty. The Social Security Inspector General has outlined a specific pattern that every single version of this trick uses, no matter how they try to dress it up. They call it the 4 Ps. First, they pretend. The caller acts like an official agent from the government. They can even fake the caller ID, so it looks like a real government office is calling, and they might know enough personal facts about you to sound authentic. Second is the problem. They create an emergency out of thin air. They might say your account is flagged, your check is frozen, or your registry is incomplete, meaning you won't get paid unless you fix it right away. Third is pressure. They give you a tight deadline, usually telling you that you only have 24 to 48 hours, or even less, to act. They manufacture this panic on purpose so you don't slow down, call a family member, or call the real agency yourself to check. Fourth is payment. They ask directly for your routing code, your account number, your Social Security details, or that temporary phone verification code. It is always one of those four things. Every single version of this scam moves along that exact path: pretend, problem, pressure, payment. If you find yourself in a phone conversation that matches this dynamic, you are not talking to the government. Hang up immediately. The official number for the SSA fraud hotline is 1-800-269-0271. Make sure to report the interaction there, as well as at FTC.gov. These formal reports allow federal law enforcement to trace these criminal networks and protect other older adults before anyone else gets hurt. Now here is the golden rule. Write this down where you'll look at it every day. An actual government office will get in touch with you about your bank details through the regular mail. Not by phone, not by text message, and definitely not via email. They use paper mail. The SSA, the Treasury, and every federal payout department follow this exact same rule. If they truly need to check your records, they will drop a physical letter in your mailbox at your home address. They never call you out of the blue demanding your banking info. This dynamic is strictly a one-way street. You reach out to them, they do not reach out to you. Any unexpected call asking you to verify bank details to protect your money is a fake. Period. It doesn't matter how professional they sound, it doesn't matter if their name looks real on your caller ID, and it doesn't matter if they already know personal facts about you. The call itself is the scam. You only need one phrase to protect yourself. I never give out my account details on incoming calls. And then you hang up the phone. Now for the most effective strategy in this whole guide, and it's something most folks completely skip. Go set up or access your My Social Security portal at SSA.gov/myaccount today. Once your profile is live, the agency will send you an instant message the moment someone tries to alter your home address or edit your direct deposit info. If a crook somehow gets your Social Security number and tries to steal your check, you'll get a notification right away. Not days down the road when your money goes missing, but the exact second it happens. This gives you a fighting chance to call the real agency and halt the theft before the change goes through. On the flip side, if you don't have this online portal set up, a thief with your identity can go online, create an account using your name, and reroute your funds without you ever knowing. Setting up your profile yourself blocks that exit entirely. A scammer can't build a new account in your name if you already own it. It takes about 15 minutes to finish. You just need your Social Security digits, an email, and a working phone number to verify who you are. After that, it runs silently in the background and only pings you if something important changes on your record. If the technology feels a little daunting, just ask a family member you trust to sit down with you for an afternoon to get it completed together. Once it's set up, you never have to mess with it again. It just protects you. If you keep a significant amount of cash in one bank account, that money becomes the ultimate prize for a payment redirect thief. The Senior Money Defense Playbook outlines exactly how to establish a trusted contact, the hidden risks of joint bank accounts, and the specific FDIC protection maneuvers that shield your nest egg before anyone can take a shot at it. You can find that link right down in the description box below. Now let's break down change number 3. This is something almost nobody is talking about clearly. It's dangerous not because it alters your actual payment amount, but because it opens up a specific window of time for someone else to mess with your money. Back when everyone got physical checks, the delivery dates were set in stone, the exact same day, every single month, year after year. Older adults planned their entire monthly budget around that calendar. Landlords, electric bills, grocery runs, and medications were all synchronized to that delivery day. It was so incredibly reliable that most people stopped keeping track of the date altogether. You just knew the check would show up, and it always did. With the 100% digital layout, things are still predictable, but the system functions entirely differently than the old paper routine. The seniors who don't know the precise day their cash hits their account are stuck waiting in a window of confusion. And that exact window of confusion is precisely where these crooks operate. Let me lay out the entire schedule for you right now, so we can shut that window for good. People who receive SSI get their money on the first day of every single month. If that first day lands on a weekend or a government holiday, your cash will show up on the Friday right before. That means if the first of the month is a Sunday and you check your balance on Monday and don't see it, your check isn't late. It actually landed the Friday before, and you might have just missed it. If you started getting Social Security benefits before May of 1997, or if you happen to receive both Social Security and SSI, your pay date is always the 3rd of the month. The exact same weekend and holiday rule applies here too. If the 3rd lands on a Saturday or Sunday, your money arrives on the weekday beforehand. For everyone else, your pay date depends completely on your day of birth. If your birthday is between the 1st and the 10th of the month, your money lands on the 2nd Wednesday. If your birthday is from the 11th to the 20th, it arrives on the 3rd Wednesday. And if your birthday falls between the 21st and the 31st, your check lands on the 4th Wednesday. Take a second to write your exact date down right now. Put a repeating note in your smartphone calendar or mark it clearly on a paper calendar on the wall. Make sure you know the exact day before it comes, rather than trying to guess after it passes. Having that simple fact straight shuts down a massive part of the risk this change brings. Here is why knowing your precise calendar date matters way more than it seems. The tiny gap of time between when you expect your money and when it actually shows up is the exact moment crooks love to target. They track the federal payment calendar perfectly. They purposely time their phone scams to hit during that exact window. An older adult who is already feeling stressed because their check hasn't appeared yet is much more likely to listen to a stranger offering a quick fix than someone who is just relaxing on a normal afternoon. The criminal doesn't have to work hard to scare you. Your own worry does the work for them. They just present themselves as the easy solution to the problem you're already stressed about. That's how they get you. The window itself is your weakest point. Knowing your date and practicing the 3 business day rule completely closes that vulnerability. Here is the exact plan to follow if your payday comes and you don't see any money in your account. Wait 3 full business days before you do a single thing. Most delays in the digital system, like bank processing times or minor calendar shifts, clear themselves up entirely within that 3-day window without you having to lift a finger. The money is moving, it just hasn't fully landed yet. If you panic during those 3 days by making frantic calls or answering unknown numbers from folks offering to help, that is exactly how you walk right into a trap. A scammer calls on a Wednesday because your money wasn't there that morning. You're worried, they sound helpful, and the trap snaps shut before you realize what's happening. Wait out those 3 business days and then take these exact steps in order. Step 1. Call your bank directly using the phone number printed right on the back of your debit card. Ask them if there is a pending deposit or a minor delay on their side. A huge number of issues get solved right here without needing to escalate things. If your bank says the money is there but just processing, you're good to go. Just wait for it to clear. Step 2. If your bank tells you they have absolutely nothing after those 3 full days, call the real Social Security office at 1-800-7721-213. Make sure you look up that number yourself directly on SSA.gov. Do not use a number from a quick online search, and never use a number given to you by an unexpected caller. Find it independently on the real government site. The agency will look into your file, track down the cash, and start the recovery process. Step 3. If you noticed any weird phone calls or strange messages while your cash was missing, report them immediately to the fraud hotline at 1-800-269-0271 and to the FTC at ftc.gov before doing anything else. Now here is one critical detail that almost all the news stories completely leave out, and it changes everything regarding how you manage your timing. Under the old paper check system, changing your direct deposit info took up to 30 days to actually happen. That long delay gave banks, fraud teams, and federal security systems plenty of time to catch unusual activity before it caused real damage. But under the new, fully electronic setup, updates to your direct deposit records can go through in just 1 business day. That lightning speed is amazing when you need to make a real change fast, but it also means a thief who gets your details can redirect your entire check almost instantly before the next pay cycle even begins. The safety net between a fake update and a stolen check has shrunk to almost nothing. This is why checking your information now, before any issue happens, is your absolute best shield. Spotting an error before a payment fails is incredibly easy. Trying to get back a check that already went into a criminal's account under this fast-paced digital system is vastly harder and takes a very long time. Here is one final security step that is completely free and takes less than 2 minutes. Tell a trusted family member or a close friend 3 simple things: which bank your government money goes to, your exact payment day every month, and what the 3 business day rule means. Then make a firm promise to each other. If either of you gets a strange call claiming to be from a government agency about your monthly money, you will talk to each other first before saying anything to the caller. Scammers rely completely on isolation. They count on you making a rushed decision all by yourself under intense pressure when no one else is around to question it. They create that fake 24 to 48 hour deadline specifically to keep you from checking in with anyone else. Bringing just one trusted person into the loop breaks their best weapon before they can even try to use it against you. The phone call can always wait, even if your family member isn't right next to you. If you already have the habit of talking to each other first, the criminal's favorite trick, panic mixed with isolation, completely fails. Let's summarize these 3 updates into one straightforward action checklist, so you know your exact next steps before this video ends. First, if you are still getting a paper check in the mail, make the switch today. Log into SSA.gov and add your banking details using your My Social Security portal. If you don't use a standard bank, dial 1-800-967-6857 or go to godirect.gov to sign up for the government's Direct Express prepaid debit card. You don't need a bank account or a credit check, and your monthly funds will load automatically. If making the shift is truly impossible due to an official mental health diagnosis, or because you live in a completely isolated region without bank access, get in touch with the U.S. Treasury to request a hardship waiver. Second, if you already use direct deposit, log into SSA.gov right away. Double check that the routing and account numbers listed are a perfect match for your active bank account. If you switched banks, closed an old account, or had your bank change its routing numbers for any reason over the past 2 or 3 years, update your government file today before that mistake causes a missed check without warning. If you'd rather do this over the phone, dial 1-800-772-1213 and ask the worker to confirm the routing code and the final 4 numbers they have on file. Compare them to your actual account right now. Third, for every older adult out there, no matter how you get paid, get your My Social Security profile running at SSA.gov/myaccount. This is your single best tool for account safety right now. It pings you the exact second anyone tries to change your home address or edit your deposit details, blocking fraudulent changes before they can happen. Next, write down your exact pay date. If you get SSI, it's the 1st of every month. If you signed up before May 1997, it's the 3rd. For birthdays from the 1st to the 10th, it's the 2nd Wednesday. Birthdays from the 11th to the 20th get paid on the 3rd Wednesday, and birthdays from the 21st to the 31st get paid on the 4th Wednesday. Set a monthly alarm on your phone or calendar so you know the exact day ahead of time. Remember the 3 business day rule. If your money isn't there on payday, wait 3 full business days before doing anything. Most digital delays clear up on their own without your help. Panicking during that short window is exactly how crooks trick you. If your money is still completely missing after those 3 days, call your bank first, then call the real SSA at 1-800-772-1213 using the contact info you find yourself at SSA.gov. Never trust a phone number given to you by an incoming caller. Share your payday, your bank name, and this 3-day rule with one trusted person, and promise each other that neither of you will ever answer a strange government call about your money without speaking to the other one first. I want to speak directly to the folks watching who realize during this video that their bank info might be outdated, or that they've been panicking over delayed checks without knowing the 3-day rule, or that they don't even have an online profile and a crook could be trying to redirect their funds right now without them knowing. If that sounds like you, your next step shouldn't be scrolling to another video. Your next step needs to be getting every single banking rule, government form, safety strategy, and deadline organized in one place so you can fix things today. That is exactly why the Senior Money Defense Playbook was created. It breaks down how to set up a trusted contact to avoid frozen accounts, the dangers of joint bank accounts that seniors open out of love, alongside the free trick to fix it at your local branch, the hidden FDIC coverage gaps most seniors overlook, the common mistakes on SSA earnings records that secretly lower your monthly checks, the exact form to use to stop Medicare surcharges, and 6 other crucial financial rules active right now in 2026 that no one else is taking the time to explain to you. It is 60 pages long, written in completely plain English, with every single form named, every real phone number listed, and every action step laid out perfectly. If just one single chapter helps you recover even 1 month of a missing payment, this guide pays for itself many times over. The link is located right in the description area below this video and in the channel bio. It's called the Senior Money Defense Playbook. Grab your copy today because 2 major deadlines outlined inside it are completely closing before this calendar year ends. Please subscribe and click that notification bell. Share this video with at least one friend or loved one who relies on Social Security or SSI. Starting just one simple conversation because of this video could save them from weeks of absolute confusion and keep their hard-earned money exactly where it belongs. I will see you in the next video.